Hey guys, and welcome to another wxPython tutorial here on the Coders Legacy channel. In this video, we're going to take a look at the wxPython checkbox widget. Okay, the checkbox widget is sometimes also known as the check button widget, so you may recognize it by that name. And if you still don't know what it is, okay, if you still haven't realized what widget we're talking about, I'll show you as soon as we create the widget. Okay, because you'll definitely recognize it. Okay, it's a very basic GUI element that you'll see in online forms or registration forms or maybe just some selections, okay? Because that's basically what the checkbox is about. There are 3 or 4 different checkboxes, okay? 3 or 4 different boxes which the user selects, okay? This is actually pretty similar to the radio buttons, okay? The radio buttons and the radio groups that we did before. The difference is so that the radio buttons, if there are like 3 of them, we can only select one of them out of those 3, okay? But in checkboxes, this is different. We can actually select multiple checkboxes, okay? So let's go ahead and take a look at all that stuff, okay? We have some pretty interesting stuff to look at. There's some interesting features, interesting functions that we have over here. So let's go ahead and begin. So the creation of the checkbox widget is pretty simple, okay? And it's going to be just like how we've created the other widgets, okay? So it's going to be something like self.cb for checkbox, okay? wx.checkbox, okay? What's the parent? The panel, okay? And what's the second parameter? The label, okay? Because checkboxes, they are a box, but they have a label besides them to explain what that box is, okay? For example, I'll just write something generic like option 1 here, okay? And we'll position this somewhere around the 50 by 50 position, okay? Now, I want to go ahead and create one more of this, okay? One more, okay? So I have these 2 checkboxes here, okay? And I position that one a bit down there, call this one option 2, and we're good. Let's run this. Okay, come on. All right, there we go. Here is our option 1 and our option 2. Okay, I can click on this now and click on this as well. We have both of them selected. I can double click on it. Sorry, I mean like click again on it. Okay, to unselect it. Okay, so yeah, pretty simple and it looks pretty nice. Okay, nice blue hover effect. Okay, and it looks pretty neat. And you can obviously guess what this is for. Okay, if you just want the user to select an option, okay? So that's the base widget. So it's kind of interesting how we just have our 2 widgets created in just 2 lines, okay? 1 line each. But the thing is, in order to actually make this more customized, more interactive, okay, more, introduce more functionality into this, make this checkbox have some kind of effect, we need to actually use a lot more coding, okay, if you haven't already realized this from the previous videos. So first, let's go ahead and try to figure out that once I click this checkbox, I simply want to trigger a function, okay? Maybe something like I click on the checkbox and I want it to print out what its current state, okay? Something pretty simple like that, okay? So I'm just going to remove this one over here. We don't need the second one, okay? Okay, so I'll just do self.cb, okay? Dot bind, and this is event handling again, okay? What is this going to be binded to? The event that the checkbox generates, okay? Event checkbox, and then we need the name of the function, okay? So I'll just write the name of the function right now, and we'll define it now, okay? A bit later. On click, okay? Self. Okay, this is all part of event handling, okay? And again, if you haven't been watching my previous videos or something, okay, then you can just watch the video on event handling, okay? So you'll learn event handling from there, okay? So over here, what I'm going to do is e.cb is equal to e.get event object, okay? And then this is my check button now. Get event object has returned me the check button. Okay, so what I'm going to do is print out cb.getLabel. Okay, now let's run this code and this should hopefully work. Now let me click this checkbox, sorry. So there we go. okay? But currently this is a bit boring, isn't it? Like, it just prints out a label. Like, it doesn't tell me whether it's on or off, right? And that's kind of useless, I guess. That doesn't really do much. So what I'm going to do is call getValue, okay? GetValue basically returns true or false, okay, based on the state of the check button, okay, if it's selected or if it's not. So let's go ahead and run this. Now I'll click this. Okay, hold on, of course. I need to convert this to a string. Okay, now watch this. Okay, I clicked on that and it says option 1 true, okay, meaning selected. I'll click on this again, it'll say option 1 false, okay. I click on this again, it says option 1 true, okay. So this tells us a lot more now, okay. So if you wanted to do something, like if you wanted to trigger something once this checkbox is selected, you could do something like if cb dot get value is equal to true, then do this, okay, something over here. Otherwise, do something else over here, okay. I'm just giving you ideas here, okay. Otherwise, the concept is pretty simple, okay. So that's the basic use of the check button widget, checkbox widget, I mean. Okay, so let's take a look at some additional functions and some additional styles, okay. Okay, the thing is, the first thing I want to show you guys actually is this very simple style, okay. This is probably the most simple one in it, okay. There only are 4 styles actually for the checkbox, kind of less, so we'll just discuss them all properly, okay. And this is it, align right, okay. So let me just quickly remember what this does, if I remember correctly, is simply move the text to the right. It just aligns it. So let's just take a look at that. There you go. That's what it does, okay. So if by chance you want the text to appear on this side rather than after the button, after the box, then you can do align right, okay. Use the style align right, okay. But that's not really important. I want to actually discuss another style that's actually really tricky, kind of, because you see the check button has 2 states, true and false. But the thing is, there's actually the possibility for a third state, okay. We can actually activate this third state by passing in this style 3 state, no, it's capital, okay. So yeah, this is it. Now basically what this does is allows the third state to be accessed, okay. The third state is basically a kind of intermediary state, you know, like it's basically a middle state between selected and non-selected, okay. Its use is a bit I guess subjective. It's kind of up to you how you want to use it. It's just a feature, and how you use it is up to you. How you make it useful is up to you. I'm just going to show you how to activate it and how to return its value, how to set its value, etc. Okay. So the thing is, once you do this, you only get to activate the third state through the code. Okay. The user cannot activate the third state. Okay. So the only way for me to actually go and activate this third state is to write it in the code over here, because there's the set 3 state function, okay. We'll come to that later, but the thing is, I don't want to do that right now, okay. What I want is for the user to be able to access this third state, okay. I want the user to be able to trigger this third state. So what I'm going to do actually is pass in the other style, okay, which is this one's pretty long, honestly. It's kind of hard to remember. It's like check allow third state for user. That's pretty long. This is like the longest style I've seen in wxPython. Okay, what this is going to do is that it's going to allow the user to select the third state. You might not want this if you want to be the one, you know, through your code, to be the only one who can access that third state, but sometimes you may want the user to be able to access it as well, okay. So I'm just going to use this for demonstration purposes. Now watch, I'll click once, okay. So we have that tick over there. I'll click this again, and this turns to a black square, This is the intermediate state. That's hard to pronounce, but yeah, it's the intermediate state. Now the thing is, if I click this one more time, this will turn to blank, null. Now the thing is, look at this over here. It says option 1 true, option 1 true, option 1 false. Now how am I going to tell which one it is? Both of them are showing up the same thing. Whether it's selected or in the intermediate state, both of them are true. So what am I going to do here? How am I going to tell the difference? Well, luckily there's an easy fix to this problem. Okay, actually the thing is, the getValue function was designed for the two-state checkbox. Okay, it wasn't designed for the three-state one. Okay, so what you need to do actually is, what is the function called? Get three-state value, if I remember correctly. Okay, this is what it is. So what this does is actually returns values in a slightly different manner. Okay, because it can't do true and false, right? Because true and false are only for two states, on or off. But we're introducing another state here. So what we're going to do actually is use an enum. Okay, or for those of you who don't really know about enums, just know that, well, just watch. Okay, I'll explain. I'm going to click on this, and it says option 1, 1. Okay, I'll click on this again, it says option 1, 2. I'll click on this again, it says option 1, 0. Okay, so basically, let me tell you what's going on here. Option 1, okay, when I clicked on it initially, okay, to turn it into a tick, to select it, it has the state 1. Okay, it's an index number. Okay, and state number 2 is the intermediate state. Okay, the state number 0 is when it's off, which is the current state. So let's just do that again. Okay, I'll click on this and I'll activate state 1. Okay, I'll click on this again and state 2 will be activated. Okay, I'll click on this again and state 0 will be activated. Okay, so this is basically how the get three-state value function works. Okay, and likewise, there are a few other things that I'd like to tell you guys. There's set three-state value. Okay, so you can do stuff like this basically. Okay, now this doesn't actually make much sense because I'm going to click on it and then, well, you know what, let's just run it and see what happens. Yeah, it's pretty much forever gonna be this intermediate state, because every time I click on it, this basically turns itself into the intermediate state. Okay, so yeah, pretty simple. Now one more thing, which I think you guys might be wondering, that how do I know when to use the getValue function and when to use get three-state value? Well, luckily we have the cb.isChecked. No, wait, hold on. What am I talking about? This is only used to check whether it's selected or not. There's actually, what I really meant was is three-state. Okay? This function, as you can already guess, returns true or false based on whether it's a three-state checkbox or not. So what you could do basically is something like if cb blah blah is equal to true, then you can use getValue somewhere over here. Okay? Otherwise, if it's false, else, then you can use the get three-state value. Okay, makes sense? That's pretty. This is how they're all working in harmony with each other. Okay, that's the point of functions. Okay, to really help you reach your end goal, make things easy on you. Okay, so I don't think there's anything left for us to discuss because the checkbox actually doesn't really have many functions or styles. So we've pretty much discussed them all. There's only one more style left, which I thought I'd just mention. This is actually the default style. That's why I didn't mention it earlier, which is this. Yeah, two-state. Okay, but that's not important because it's enabled by default, right? So, well, this has been a pretty good video. Okay, we didn't go on too long. So I hope you guys subscribe because we'll be introducing a lot more videos later on wxPython. Okay, and not just wxPython. Later on we'll be introducing a lot of other cool stuff. Okay, which I'm sure you Python programmers will really enjoy. Okay, so I hope you guys do stay tuned. Okay, and maybe I'll see you guys in the next video where we'll take a look at other stuff like the ComboBox. Okay, the ComboBox is pretty cool. Then we have a few other cool widgets coming up, okay? So I hope you guys stick through it to the end, and even to our layout series as well, okay? Well, not a series, it's more like just 2 or 3 videos, I guess, in which we'll discuss the various layout sizers, layout management, wxPython, okay? I'll leave links to everything relevant in the description below, okay? So don't worry. And remind me if I missed something or something you want to see, okay, in the comment section below. And otherwise, I'll see you guys in the next video.